Have you thought about whether your office setup is ergonomic or not? If you don't know, watch this video till the end because I am going to show you some mistakes that you could be making and how you can fix them. Hi, I'm Dr. Rajani Patil. I'm a spine and sports physiotherapist practicing for over 23 years. My company is Ortho Sports Physiotherapy. I'm also an ergonomist, so I can show you a lot of these tips that will help you going forward. You might be thinking, what is ergonomics? Ergonomics is the science where you fix your environment, make it as better or conducive to you as possible. This applies for home. For example, if your kitchen counter is perfect for you to work so that you don't have any problems, this applies to office as well, because the more ergonomic your workstation is, the better off your efficiency is going to be and the less you will have pain. When we talk about office ergonomics, there are three things to keep in mind. One is the workstation setup itself. So how well is your workstation setup, your desk as well as your chair, how you're sitting, all those things. The second thing is the habits that you have during the 8 hours, 10 hours of your job. And the third thing is what you are doing for exercise or movement during the day. Let's talk about your workstation setup. For your setup to be ergonomic, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. One is how you are sitting in your chair itself. There are some pointers that you should keep in mind. There is a video that I'm putting in the link below. Check that out. That will give you a lot more input. But some basic facts are that your lower back should always be supported. When you're working, your armrest should be high enough so your elbows are properly supported when you are working. Your knee and your hip, they should be not in a straight line, but the knees should be slightly lower, and your feet should always be planted firmly on the ground. This is the sitting posture. Now when you build it together with your workstation, you want to make sure that you're as close as possible to your laptop or to your PC. The second point is that your laptop or your PC needs to be high enough so that when you put your hand out, you are about one arm distance to the top part of your monitor. The next part is where your arms are. So if your arms are well rested, if your forearms and your elbows are well rested, the strain from the neck goes away. So we want to make sure that a lot of these things are kept put in place so that strain from the upper back and lower back goes away. If your chair is ergonomic, then it will have a support in the lower back area, which if you're sitting all the way back, then your lower back will be properly supported. If it's not well supported, then you need to use an external support, which is called a lumbar support. Use this because this makes a big difference in keeping your posture upright as well. Make sure that your keyboard and your monitor is straight in front of you, that you're facing everything. Even your mouse needs to be here. A lot of times I've seen people using their laptop off to one side. It could be a restriction in your work area itself, but that shouldn't happen. You should not be turning to one side in order to look at your monitor or your keyboard. So make sure you're facing directly your keyboard as well as your monitor. To sum it up, if your head, neck, shoulders and hips are in one straight line when you are working, then you are fairly ergonomic. So check this out. See if you are sitting in an ergonomic position. Use this video as a checklist. There is also a workstation checklist that I will link below. Pick that up, see if you're sitting properly. If not, I'm always there to help you out. Point number 2, habits that you have at work. How you sit at work makes a tremendous difference to your spine. So your one is how you set up your ergonomics, but also what you do during the day in the workstation or on your chair. For example, habits such as sitting all day long without taking a break, or you might be taking just one break for lunch during the full 8-10 hours that you're working. This is absolutely the wrong thing to do. You know now that sitting is now the new smoking. So the longer you're sitting, you are reducing your life expectancy by that much. So you want to make sure that you're getting up every hour or every half an hour. So the guidelines are that if you don't have any pain right now, then you want to get up once every hour. But if you have some kind of pain, it could just be a headache also, then you need to be getting up every 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So if you are not doing this, do this ASAP. You can put this reminders in your phone as well so that you will do this consistently hour on hour. This will prevent the strain from building up in your muscles and your joints, and at the end of the day you're not going to feel strained and fatigued and pain. The next habit, especially women do this a lot, crossing your legs under the table. So just crossing either at the ankles or crossing at the hips. This I've seen has caused a lot of hip pain in my patients, even lower back pain, because your spine is rotated when you're sitting like that. It can create lack of circulation in the leg also. So the best way to sit is with your feet planted on the ground. No crossing here, and also definitely no crossing at the knee. If you are habitually doing this and you are not able to get out of the habit, then at least cross the other side every now and then, because we are creatures of habit. We tend to do the same thing over and over. So if you cross your right leg over the left, most likely you're doing that every single time. So pay attention to this and change this right now. The next habit to think about is sitting with your legs crossed. I know that at home it's easy to do, just cross your legs and put your laptop in the laptop, but trust me, that's not a good idea. But I've seen some people do that at work also. It may sound and feel like it's very comfortable, but if you do it for 30 minutes a day, it's fine, but that's not reality. In reality, you are doing that for a long period of time, right? Like continuously. Very, very bad for your lower back and your hip joints, because you're sitting with your hips externally rotated the whole time. It's going to cause a lot of shear torsion in your hip and knee joints. Again, ideally, you should be sitting with your feet firmly planted on the ground and not crossing your legs. If you find that you are either crossing your legs at your ankles, knees, or you're sitting cross-legged in your chair, office chair, then there's a reason for that. There is something unergonomic about your workstation, is why you feel the need to do that. So check it out, see what's wrong, fix that, and your urge to sit with your legs crossed will go away. The next habit to change, think about whether you're sitting leaned over when you're taking a call, talking to a friend, or if you're consistently leaning over to one side while you're working. This is a common thing that happens. It's more common than you think. I had a patient with pain on one side of her rib and lower back, and we finally, after treating her, when I asked a lot of questions, it turns out that she was habitually sitting like this to work. So once she changed that habit and we treated the pain completely vanished very, very quickly. So see if that's something that you or a friend or a colleague might be doing. The third point is movement during the day. Your office setup, if it's really nicely ergonomic, that's great. But if you don't move during the day, then again you are at the risk of a lot of pain and joint issues. So what you should be doing, one is that you should be taking breaks every so frequently, right? But the other thing is that you need to be doing some amount of stretching during the day. I'm linking a video below for you to see the 4 to 5 exercises that you can do sitting in your chair without having to get up. So do those exercises and you'll feel a lot better. If you thought this video gave you inputs on how you will change your workstation for the best, then please share this video with your colleagues and your friends, because everybody might be making some of these mistakes that can be fixed easily. Also, don't forget to share, like and subscribe to my channel. I put out a video every single week.